This is going to be the biggest week of our van renovation. If you're new here, we are Shane and Annie and we've been travelling in our 43-year-old van for the past 4 years, but a few months ago we got this Peugeot Boxer and are turning it into our dream home on wheels. This is how it started, but this week we are making this ex-builder's van look a little bit more like a camper van. So let's get into the video.
Shit.
Please.
I know, I'll cover it.
Ah! Is it bad? So guys, we are at that very exciting part of the build where we are going to paint the units in the van. We were going to get it sprayed, but we said, why not give it a go ourselves? How hard can it be? So today the mission is to paint all the units and bring some colour to the big blue bus. So here we have our main kitchen unit, and over here Shane has already started and we're making great progress like always. Look at this. We have 2 doors. This is going to be our wardrobe. We are going to put like a mesh here in the middle to cut down on weight. That's still yet to come. And yeah, we've all the shelves, all the drawers, everything ready to primer and then paint. And before we move any further, drop down in the comments which colour you think we finally went for.
And this is the part where the supervisor becomes a supervised. It's time to get the paintbrush in our hand and get primering all this kitchen. We have a lot to get through.
Shane, I'm gonna still supervise you.
Okay, sorry. This is going to take a lot longer than it would to spray it, but
it's more fun and it's also cheaper.
So we are currently 10 minutes into it. We've got 5 doors primered, only one side, not even the edges. So we have a lot of work to do.
We're flying.
It's going to take us a while. We're going to have to let these dry for 2 hours before we can flip them over and give them a coat on the back. And we're going to have to do that twice. So yeah, we have a lot of painting to do. Annie, you better hurry up.
So today is actually the last dry day in Ireland for around at least a week. So we have to fly through this. So I came out here, I'm going to do the unit. Shane is still inside finishing all the cupboards. So yeah, I put on this hoodie that I got when I was like about 13 years old and I'm not even messing. So don't care if I get dirty. Let's go. We need to fly.
So over the last month the weather has been unbelievable here in Ireland, but today is the first day with clouds, so we have to make the most of it, get this done before the rain comes. We have to leave this 2 hours between each coat, so it's going to take a while to get all of this finished. We have quite a bit to get through.
Okay, I'm back and wearing older leggings. I don't know why I wore like my favorite leggings to this. Makes no sense. And just like that, 1 hour later, the full kitchen unit is primered on both sides. Shane is still working hard, or hardly working there in the shed, and I'm moving to this box where we are going to have our shower. Probably, no, we're not going to have our toilet, just our shower and load of storage. So, big massive box that I have to start primering now.
Where's the paint on your legs?
I hit the unit with my knee. There's not much room here. Maybe we should have taken it outside.
While we were painting, a special delivery came from Happy Talk Conversions. We have our carpet that we're going to be carpeting parts of the van, and we got our tap that's going to be in our sink.
So just to make sure we actually like the colour on the wood, we've put a cheeky little one coat in one of the doors. So here you have it. It's ballad blue, and it's really nice because it's bright, it's still colourful. You can see the difference between the white and the blue, and it goes really well with the counter that we've got as well. So we didn't want to go, we liked the green. A lot of you guys said green in the comments, but because you're going to see bits of blue inside the van, blue and green could have been too much. So we've sticked to something blue. This is actually, I was going to say similar to Fergus, but no, it's lighter than Fergus. But I don't know, what do you think of the colour? I really like it. I think we're ready to keep going with everything. What do you think?
I think so. We better get painted. So last night we were in the van just looking around, seeing what we thought of the paint and everything that we were going to do, and the cupboard that is going to go above our bed, it was initially going to be blue, but down that back end of the van everything's going to be white, so I think it might stick out like a sore thumb. So we've decided to put that cupboard white, so we are only going to be doing the kitchen in this blue colour, and then everything else is going to be in the white colour. It's not white, but it's kind of like an off-white, so maybe it'll just brighten up the bedroom area and not stick out like a sore thumb. Our process of doing all this is we paint it here, we leave it outside to dry. I'm going to tackle the big tall unit now. We have one door left for the kitchen, and you can tackle that, and then it's on to the kitchen. Annie is doing a fantastic job doing all the painting, but the rain has come and we've had to put everything inside. So everything's now moved inside. Some stuff is here, some stuff is in the van. We don't want to get any raindrops on it. so far the kitchen is looking absolutely amazing.
Yeah, like I was painting outside and obviously the good weather lasted too long. It lasted like an hour. And when we put the kitchen inside, it looks a lot bluer. Like I really like it, doesn't it? Outside it was like paler. I was like, oh god, maybe it's too pale of a colour.
It is a nice
Really
shade of
nice.
blue.
And then we have to put the worktop, the counter, beside this, and then you'll see what it's going to look like.
Get that piece over there.
So this is going to be the lift up bit that's going to go on the side. So we're just going to put it beside the colour so you see what it's going to look like. I think it's really bright and it's just not going to make the van really small. Although for us that van is huge coming from Fergus. So
I think that's going to look good.
Yeah.
So guys, it is a late night painting session here in the shed. We are trying to get everything covered.
It's 10 o'clock.
We didn't realise that there is so much surface area to cover. But surprisingly, only 1 litre of paint has nearly covered everything twice. We are going to have to run to the shop in the morning and get another litre of paint because there is a few little bits and pieces that we have to cover. And we're only after having an incident involving the cat. We are in the shed, the door was open, the cat can run in, ran across the table, covering 3 boards. We were after painting, they're wet paint, there are paw prints everywhere. We had to go and repaint them all. Yeah, but
we were already running short in paint. And
yeah, for tonight, so that's the joys of it. We'll catch you again in the morning when we are heading into town to get more paint. So guys, it is the next morning. I've been up bright and early getting all this painted, giving everything a second coat, but we did run out of paint like I said yesterday. So this morning I ran into town, got a new litre of paint. So 1 litre has kind of covered the whole entire kitchen almost twice. We have run short, so it's good just to have a spare anyway, if in case there is a scrape or something in the future, we can touch it up. So 1 litre of paint. We have a few more bits and pieces that we have to give it a second coat to, but I'm getting sick of this painting. At the start it was fine, but now it's getting too monotonous, and we have to keep giving it coats and everything. It's too boring. So let's crack on, get this finished, and then we can assemble the kitchen and start on with the walls. More painting. Right, there's all the drawers made. Let me show you the kitchen. So at the start, when we just painted the whole carcass, it did look very blue, but now that we have it put together, we have a worktop and everything on it, it doesn't look as bad. This is what it looks like. We're going to have 4 doors here, or 2 doors here. We're going to have this taller unit here, that's the door of it. We're going to have our sink and everything in here. That's going to be our box with our bench seat on top, our doors, our cupboard. What do you think? So guys, we are now inside the van. Thank God all the painting is done of the kitchen and everything, but unfortunately we have this whole entire van to paint. So we're going to be starting with the sliding doors, and as you can see there is little screw holes all over the sliding door where we have screwed it to the frame. They are going to have to be covered because if not they're going to show up through the paint. So I'm just going to use a little bit of filler, fill off these holes, sand it all down, and you can get primer in it, then we can paint in it. We aren't going to be doing the bottom ones down here because in the future, if we ever need to fix the lock or anything, we can take this panel off. We'll not need to take this one off, just the bottom one, so they're going to be left seen, but it's not going to be alright because it's going to be covered anyway by the seat and by the kitchen over on that side. So the only thing we have to do, mix this filler, put it on, start sanding, painting. I feel like I'm working in a body shop. That should do it. A little bit of hardener. So it's time to get mixing. Okay, so I don't want to put on too much of it because the more you put on, the more you have to sand off. I am after having a disaster. I was nearly finished filling all the screw holes. I had 2 screws left. I put my stuff down, I kneeled down to fix the screw. Didn't realise that I had kneeled in the tub of 𝗦𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗥𝗧, and I got it all over my legs and everything. My knee was covered in 𝗦𝗣𝗢𝗥𝗧. I am soaking. I had to run, try to wash it up. Left the van door open. It got soaking. Oh my god. A quick job turned into a fiasco.
So guys, we've just started primering the inside, the walls here in the van. Shane is finishing with the 𝗦𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗥𝗧 on the other door. I can't describe how much this van smells. Oh, it puts you high. I love it both. So guys, while we were designing the van, the colours and everything, we were actually thinking, should we carpet the sliding doors or should we paint them? So this is our first time seeing them white, because obviously this is primer, but we have decided to go with white, and it really brightens up the van, so I'm really happy we went with the paint. I think the carpet, although the carpet is going to be light grey, I think this is a lot better.
It makes the van feel bigger.
Yeah, it's really taking shape. I'm wrecked. I've only done that door. This plywood really absorbs the primer, and I already need a top up. So here's my assistant coming over with the primer. And yeah, it's raining in Ireland. Ah, no.
I'll get it off.
Ah, my hair! Oh.
So guys, you might have seen in previous videos that this van is infested by flies. Since we put the roof up and the roof is covered in linseed oil, the flies absolutely love it. So if you're doing a van, kind of leave that to the last step, because it is so hard to work inside the van. There is flies flying in your ear, in your eyes, up your legs. Oh, it's everywhere. It's insane. So Annie's doing a great job. She has this side with 2 coats of primer. This side has 2 coats as well, I think. So now it's time to give it its final, well, start doing the top coat, and then we can give it 2 coats of that, and it'll be nice and smooth. It'll look pretty good. And then tomorrow we're getting rid of this bed, getting rid of all the stuff in the van, so then we can finish paneling off down the back end here, and then it's time to get primer in it. We are going through a lot of paint. Let me show you what it looks like. So far this is what it looks like, and as you can see, you cannot see any of the screws that we have had on the board, so it just looks like one solid piece. It's just sitting there. So the weather has taken a turn. This last couple of days we had a full month of sunshine, but this is what I love about having these windows inside the van. It's lashing rain outside, we can still have the windows open and no rain is getting inside the van. Good to let this paint dry and also get rid of the smell of ice-upon and paint. So these windows, I highly recommend them.
So yeah guys, we are going to call it a day because it's 7:30. We haven't stopped all day. So this here has got 2 coats of primer. This here has also got 2 coats of primer, and the van already feels so much bigger, so much brighter. We are so happy. So tomorrow we are going to finish the paneling over here and here, and also primer all this back area. We're going to take the bed back out. So it's going to be such an exciting day. We are also going to pick up the lino and put the kitchen together. So in the next couple of days, this van, yes, we're going to be so busy, and this van is going to look completely different. I know I've just said that we are going to call it a day, but we have just literally got rid of the bed, and I'm going to start primering all around the back because, yeah, too much to do. So
we're back
here we are. I haven't stopped on this. It's just that thing about having so much light at this time of the year in Ireland. You don't realise how late it is because it's still bright outside. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going.
We had to put one of those fly sticky things up because it's impossible.
There's too many of them.
Shit.
Hey, please.
I know, I'm coming. Ah!
Is it bad?
Oh, just stay still. Oh my god. Oh shit.
Ah!
Sorry.
Ah! No. Ah! Oh god, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Ah! Oh, I'm so sore. Oh, I've heart bits in my head.
There's a fly in your hair?
No!
So, just let me see.
Are you serious? Is the fly still on the trap?
No, it's in your hair.
Ah! No! Are you serious?
No, I'm alright.
Oh. Shame. So guys, it has actually just stopped raining. It is 10 to 9. Look at the light. Look at the sun. So I am going to make the most of this dry spell, and I'm going to primer the back doors, both of them, and then that will be everything, because we are not going to paint underneath the bed because we've all the electrics there and we kind of like the wood look. So we're just going to leave it like that, but everything else is done. Well, this is only 1 coat here at the back. The front 2 sliding doors are done. God, I am so tired, but we're gonna keep going. Gonna primer these 2 doors, and hopefully I'm done before 10 o'clock tonight. Currently 10 to 10 and we have to move inside. There's not much light outside and it's getting very cold, so we are just going to finish the top of the back doors inside.
I didn't finish, I'm doing all the work here.
Hear him?
So guys, I know it looks a little bit different than what we left it last night. So today we give this here all another 2nd coat of primer. It is all ready for paint now, but we have come up with this idea. So today me and my dad spent it all day getting this paneling done on the wall. We have boxed this in so it covers the blue pillar of the van, but it kind of gives like an indent into the wall, so it kind of looks like a little bit of a feature into the van. We're going to have one here and one the exact same on the far side. So I'm just finishing off here just to cover up this gap, because this is where our front of our bed's going to be. So that is what I'm doing right now, but it's a little bit tricky because we have everything in the way. So that is today's mission. So we can finally see this coming together. It is looking more like a camper van now that we have all our units in place. Well, temporarily in place for now until we get the floor and everything. We have our cupboard up here behind us. The van just feels so much more like a van. So this is where we're going to have our sink and our hob and everything. Once we get all these walls painted like the proper white, they're not going to look as flat. It's going to look so good. Get a little bit of carpet done, get the floor down. We are ready for the road.
So guys, what do you think of today's transformation? I think today has been one of the biggest days of the entire van build. Yesterday and today, there's been 24 hours where the big blue bus has really taken shape. We put the bed in there. Shane, we're ready to go.
We are ready to hit the road.
We just need insurance. Yeah, Shane is killing all the flies. They are crazy. They're so annoying. You could be measuring something and then they're just landing on you. Horrible. So you've probably killed like 20 already.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
This ex-builder's van is finally looking a little bit more like a camper van. But we can't leave it looking like this, so let's get some flooring in. So for the floor, we've got some lino. We hope it goes with the kitchen and with all the colours in the van. Let's see what it looks like in the van.
So before we do anything with the lino, we have to take this out, because we have to run the lino underneath it.
Oh.
So we have swept out this van 100 times just to make sure that there is going to be nothing on the ground, so when we put the lino down we're not left with a stone sticking up through it or something, because that is the last thing we want to happen. So Annie's just doing the last bit, taking off the bulkhead, sweeping it all out, and then it's time to roll down the lino.
So we are just taking out the boxes around the wheel arches because it's going to be a lot easier to roll the lino out and we'll be able to hide the cuts around it. So it's going to look a lot better and help hold the lino down as well. So the two boxes are out and of course it's time to strip the van again. So we'll be able to get the lino down. Soon, instead of all the sawdust, we are going to have sand in this van.
Okay, so now comes the task, rolling out this lino. It's not going to be easy because there's so many copes. There's copes here, there's copes there, there's no straight lines in it. So the only thing we can do is get straight into it and see how it turns out. So this is the lino that we've gone for. A wooden floor effect.
It's almond. The colour is almond.
Oh.
I know.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So guys, we had to change our strategy a little bit. The Irish weather is lashing rain right now. We couldn't have the sliding doors open. The lino is too wide and we had to keep the doors open. So we have changed our plans. We have rolled all the lino out. The whole floor is covered in lino now. We had to relocate our leisure battery just so we could get our lino underneath it. And now it is time to start cutting in and around all the edges. We have plenty of lino. We shouldn't be short on anything, so let's get cutting.
Yeah, it looks really good. Although obviously it's not cut to shape, but
it looks good. Inside the van looks more like a camper van.
Yeah.
So let's get cutting. So guys, we have the lino in, and before we make any harsh cuts, we want to make sure everything is running straight. We don't want to put our kitchen in and actually realise the boards are running off centre. It'll just make everything look off square. So we've taken a few measurements along the van and everything seems to line up. So now it's time to grab the knife, make our first big cut, get it in along this wheel arch, and then hopefully everything goes smoothly after that and the lino is fitted. Start moving on to the kitchen. I am no lino fitter, so
be kind in the comments.
Yeah. So as you can clearly see, Annie's doing all the hard work.
I'm having all the fun.
There is so much cutting just to make sure it gets in. Now that that's down, we can put the box on it, and that'll hold it down, and then we can cut the rest.
It's looking really good, better than what I actually expected. Not that I doubt you, Shane, but
okay.
You've done an amazing job. So we just have to trim around the front, the back. That's the lino down. I'm so happy with the progress that we've made in the big blue bus this week. We've painted the kitchen, painted the entire van, put the lino down, more or less. And we also started with the carpeting, although Shane came up with a new idea last night that we are going to do today. But that's going to be for next week's video, because I better go in and edit this video, because this is actually going live today. So we'll see you later in the comments. Tell us what you think of the big blue bus. Bye!